Let us start with 7.3 question number 1. It says that the question is based on the throwing of two dice. What is the probability that the sum of the two numbers on the dice is 5, or the second number or the number on the second die is greater than or equal to the number on the first die? So it's very easy. What we will do over here is I will consider sum of the numbers on the first die or the two dice is 5 as my event A. The number on the second die greater than or equal to the number on the first die. This will be considered as event B. In between we are having the word or, so obviously we have to use the symbol of union. So basically in this question we are asked to find probability of A union B. I had explained to you in the last lecture, whenever we have the word or, we have to use union. Whenever we have the word and, we have to use the word or the symbol of intersection. So in this case it is or, therefore I am using the formula or the notation of A union B. So what is the solution? Let us check it out. I will get over here. Let A denote event that sum of the numbers on the two dice is 5. So what are the possible outcomes that the event A will have? If you remember, we had seen the sample space. It is 1 1 1 2 up till totally 6 comma 6. That is, we have in all 36 outcomes, and out of that if I want a sum of 5, so what are the possible values that will have a sum of 5 over here? In this case I will get 1 comma 4, 2 comma 3, 3 comma 2 and 4 comma 1. So these are the only 4 outcomes that will give you a sum of 5. No other outcome there in the sample space of 36 outcomes will give you a total of 5. So I can say that n of A is equal to 4, P of A is equal to 4 upon 36, which is equal to 1 upon 9. Now while calculating the probability of A union B, either you can use this value or you can use this value. Both will be acceptable. So it's up to us. Whichever is comfortable to us, we can use that. So I will tell you how we should decide whether we should use the original value 4 by 36 or we should use the reduced value 1 by 9 when we are doing that calculation. For now, you can use anything, that is completely your choice. So it's up to us. Let us see what is event B. B over here says that the number on the second die is greater than or equal to the number on the first die. Event that number on second die is greater than or equal to the number on the first die. So in that case, what are the possibilities? Let us understand that. So we have the sample space right there in front of us. If I want the number on the second die greater than the number on the first die, so these are all the possible outcomes in the first row. 1 2 1 3 1 4 1 5 and 1 6, but he has told us greater than or equal to, so I can also consider 1 comma 1. In the same way, second row it will be all the values from 2 to up till 2 6, because all the outcomes after 2 2 will have been satisfying this condition. In the third row, it will be 3 3, 3 4, 3 5 and 3 6, because 4 is greater than 3, 5 is greater than 3, as well as 6 is greater than 3. In the next, it will be 4 4, 4 5 and 4 6, 5 5 and 5 6, and in the last it will be only 6 comma 6. So these all outcomes that I have underlined, which will be satisfying our event B. So under event B, we have to note down all these outcomes properly without any errors. So let us write it down, guys. This over here is going to be B is equal to 1 comma 1, 1 comma 2, 1 3, 1 4, 1 5 and 1 6. We are done with the first row elements. Going to the second row elements, I should start with 2 2, so because I want them to be equal also, so 2 2, 2 3, 2 4, 2 5 and 2 6. Done with the second row. Go with the third row. Start with 3 3, 3 4, 3 5 and 3 6. Go with the fourth. 4 comma 4, 4 comma 5, 4 6. Done with the fourth row. Go with the next. 5 5, 5 6, and the last is obviously just 6 and 6. So let us calculate or count how many outcomes are available. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 20, and that is 21st outcome. So NB over there comes out to be equal to 21. So in that case, probability B is 21 by 36, and that is reducing by 3, I get 12 upon, or in fact 7 upon 12. If I observe both the events A and B very carefully, I can see that A and B have a few common outcomes. What are they? 1 comma 4 in the first, as well as 1 comma 4 in the second event or the B event, as well as 2 3 in the event A and 2 3 in the event B. So they are the common elements, and we know that common elements are always represented by intersection of the outcomes or the events. Therefore guys, यहाँ पर A intersection B has also to be considered. You cannot ignore the common elements. So I will write over here 1 comma 4, 2 comma 3. Therefore n of A intersection B is just 2, and therefore probability of A intersection B you can easily get 2 by 36, which is 1 upon 18. We are interested in calculating probability of the event A or event B. As I told you, or indicates union. So we will say over here required probability is. What is the required probability, guys? It is just probability of A union B. And we just now discussed the formula for this. Probability of A union B was P of A plus P of B minus P of A intersection B. Now see guys, one very important thing. I told you in the beginning, you can either use the first value, that is the original value, or the second value. If you use the original value, that is 4 by 36, 21 by 36, and 2 by 36. It will be very easy for us to calculate these fractions because all of them are having the same denominator values. Whereas if you use the second value 1 by 9 plus 7 by 12 and then minus 1 by 18, sometimes you may get confused in taking the LCM of this kind of numbers. So do not use this kind of numbers. Always go for the original value which has got the common denominator. We will never make any error in that kind of sums. So because the denominators are same, I can directly add the numerators by saying that 4 and 21 is 25, minus 2 is 23. So there goes your answer. 21 by 30 is in fact 23 by 36 is equal to probability of A union B. As simple as that. In the sum number 2, it says that a card is drawn from a pack of 52 cards. A card is drawn, it means that a card is being selected. We have discussed this in the previous lectures also. Whenever we talk about selection, we are always thinking or talking about combinations. So whenever I want to select one card, it will be done in only 52C1 ways, which is actually equal to 52. That will be my required value of n of s. After getting n of s, we'll see what are the other values over here. So let us first of all write down about n of s. We will say any one card out of 52 can be selected in 52C1 ways, and hence your n of s is equal to 52C1, which is actually equal to 52. I think in the previous class I told you that NC1 is always equal to n for any value of n. In this case, n is 52 and therefore I get the answer as 52 itself. Now, what is the event that he is asking us? He is telling us what is the probability that the card is either red or black. The events are joined by using the word or. Once again, as we discussed in the first question, or is for union, so red is for A and black is for B. So basically we just have to calculate the probability of A union B in this sum also. It's a very simple sum, guys. Let us do it quickly. I will consider, let A denotes event that card drawn is red. So obviously there are 26 red cards, so I will get n of A is 26, and in that case P of A comes out to be equal to 26 by 52, which is 1 by 2. Again, as I told you, either use the first value or the reduced value. It is completely in your hands. Let B denote the event that card drawn is a black card. So n of B is equal to again 26. Probability of B in this case will again be 26 by 52, which is again half. Now guys, when we are talking about the event being red and black, can there be any common outcomes? Absolutely not. A card which is being selected, it will be either a black card or it will be either a red card. It is not possible that one card is simultaneously red and black both. So when it cannot be both together, so in this case, your probability of A intersection B has to be equal to 0 because there are no common outcomes in this particular event. So I will get over here required probability is, as I told you, probability of A union B has to be found out. So P of A plus P of B minus P of A intersection B comes out to be the value. I am using the original values like I did in the previous case. So denominators are same, so I will get this as 52 by 52. On reduction, I get the answer as 1. So guys, because I am getting that probability of A union B is equal to 1 and probability of A intersection B equal to 0. So just for your information, though it is not asked to us in the question, here I can identify from this that A and B are mutually exclusive because they don't have any common outcomes, and because the probability is 1, so therefore A and B are exhaustive events. This is for your information, though it is not asked in the question. We can remember this, guys, which is helpful. That was the first part of your sum. Let's see the second part. The card is either a red or a face card. So let us see. Now once again, when we are talking about the red card, the event A will be exactly same, so there won't be any difference. But this time we will be defining them as C and D. So I will consider, let C denote event that card drawn is a red card. Now see guys, I am writing this separately once again because in your exams it is not necessary that you will be asked both of the same parts, first and the second part. In your exam they can ask you first part separately, second part separately, or maybe only the first part or maybe only the second part. So we should have to define the events separately in both the cases. That's why I'm writing event C once again. Otherwise, if in your exam everything comes in the same manner, you can also consider the same event A. That won't affect your marks at all. But for now, we'll just use our 2 minutes and write the event C once again, which is exactly same as event A. There is no change in that, but still we are writing it over here. N of C in this case is 26 and P of C is equal to 26 by 52, or it is a half, that we already know. Now event D is something different. I will get over here. Event D says that event that card drawn is a face card. So if you remember, we had discussed while we were solving the cards problem that there are 4 kings, 4 queens and 4 jacks. So totally 12 face cards, and in this also we have 2 black and 2 red in each of the cases. So when I'm talking about event D, N of D in this case will come out to be, there are 12 face cards, so N of D is 12. P of D is going to be equal to 12 by 52. Reducing it by 4, I will get 4 into 3 and 4 into 13. So it becomes 3 upon 13. While solving, we can use the first one as I told you in the previous lecture or in the previous example. Now, event C is of red card. Event D is of the face card. I can see that 2 red king cards, 2 red queen cards and 2 red jack cards. So these are the 6 red face cards. So if there are 6 red face cards, I can understand these are common to C and D both. And when we talk about common outcomes, it is always indicating the not union, sorry, it is indicating the intersection of the events. So here I will write N of C intersection D is equal to 6, and therefore P of C intersection D is equal to 6 upon 52, reducing it by 2, you will get this is equal to 3 upon 26. Now we just have to calculate the probability of C union D, because again the question is using the word or in between the two events. So I will get over here. Required probability is probability of C union D is equal to P of C plus P of D minus P of C intersection D. That is, C, the value was 26 by 52. D, the value over here is 12 upon 52. And this is minus 6 upon 52. So 12 minus 6 will give you 6. 26 and 6 will give you 32 by 52. I can reduce this by 4. So I will get this is 8 and this is 13. Therefore, my answer comes out to be probability of C union D is equal to 8 upon 13. Sum number 3 over here says that two cards have been selected or drawn from a pack of 52 cards. Again, it comes about the selection. So when we want to select two cards out of 52, it can be done in 52C2 ways. Let us first of all calculate this value of n of s as usual, and then we'll go and check out the events A and event B. We will say any two cards out of 52 can be drawn in 52C2 ways. Therefore, our n of s is 52C2. If we use our shortcut method, in the denominator it will be 2 into 1. In the numerator it will be 52 into 51. I can reduce these both numbers, 26 into 51, but we will not multiply this. We will just leave it as it is. And then while calculating the probabilities, if something gets cancelled off, we will cancel it off. If nothing gets cancelled off, we can still multiply it later on. So let us keep it as it is, and let us go and check out our question A and question B. A part says that both the cards are of same color. Now when I want both the cards are of same color, let me consider A denote the event, both cards are of same color. Now in this, I know that there are two colors that are available, red and black. So now when I know that there are two colors, red and black, either I can select the red color and then the two cards from it, or I can select the black color and then I can select the two cards from it. So any one of the two colors will have to be first selected. So that can be done in 2C1 ways. And then the two cards can be selected from the red color, or the two cards can be selected from the black color, from whichever color is being selected. So each color has got 26 cards. Therefore, I have to select two cards out of 26 cards of that color which was being selected over here. So two cards can be selected in 26 two ways. And over there indicates multiplication, as we all know. So when I want to get the n of a value, I have to multiply these both numbers. But directly before calculating the n of a, let us write a few statements and then we will go for n of a. So I will write over here any one of the two colors red and black can be selected in 2C1, that is equal to 2 ways, and then any two cards out of 26 cards of that color can be selected in 26 C2 ways, which is equal to 26 into 25 divided by 2 into 1. Let us cancel off these both numbers. This will come out to be equal to 13 into 25. Do not multiply, let it be. We'll take care of it later on. So, when I want to get my n of a value, it should be product of the value 2 as well as 13 into 25. So, it will come out to be n of a is equal to 2 into 13 into 25. Leave it. Let us go and calculate the probability. So probability of A is equal to n of A upon n of S, as we all know. So it is 2 into 13 into 25 divided by n of S value, which is 26 into 51. Now guys, the best part is that 13 times 2 is 26, which directly gets cancelled off with 26, and we are ready with our answer 25 upon 51. Isn't that very simple? The B part over here tells us that both the cards are either black or queens. So we are specifically told that we want the black card or the queen card. We know that there are 26 black cards. So I can select 2 cards out of 26 from here. Or I know that there are 4 queens. Out of that, I can still select 2 cards in 4C2 ways. Because we are given the word or in between, I have to go for union. So I have to think if there are any cards which are common in between the black and the queen. So yes guys, obviously there are 2 cards of queens which are 2 are black and 2 are red. So 2 cards are common. So this will go inside intersection. And then after applying the formula for the union of the 2 events, we will be able to calculate our required probability. So let us check what the solution comes out to be. We will consider, let capital C denote event that two cards drawn are black, therefore n of C, as you all know, 26C2, because this is number of ways of drawing two cards out of 26. So that comes out to be 26 multiplied by 25 divided by 2 into 1, and we know that it is 13 into 25. Leave it. Let me go and calculate P of C. It is going to be divided by 26 into 51. Leave it as it is guys. Do not multiply this as of now. There is some reason behind that. I'll tell you later on when we are solving the further part, so you yourself will be able to understand. Then at the end, when we are done with our final part, at that time I will reduce everything together. So leave it as of now as it is. Go for event D. I will say let D denote the event that there are two queen cards. So n of D is 4c2 as we just now discussed. 4c2 is the number of ways of selecting or drawing two cards out of 4. This is 4 into 3 upon 2 into 1. This becomes 2. That is 2 into 3. So P of D comes out to be equal to 2 into 3 upon 26 into 51. I will leave it as it is. I will not do any simplification over here. Further, we will write a statement. There are two cards, or I should say there are two queen cards which are black. So n of C intersection D is 2. This comes out to be equal to 2 upon 26 into 51. So required probability is that probability of C union D is equal to P of C plus P of D minus P of C intersection D. So what was P of C over here? 13 into 25 upon 26 into 51. Plus D was 2 into 3 divided by 26 into 51 plus 2 upon, in fact minus 2 upon 26 into 51. So all the denominators are having the same value, 26 into 51. So we can easily multiply the two values and then add and subtract the remaining numbers. So when I want to multiply 13 into 25, I can say that 25 into 3 is 75. So leave that 7, give this 5 over here. 25 into 1 is 25. 25 and 7 is equal to 32. Plus 6 and minus 3. That comes out to be equal to, in fact, minus 2, that is. So 26 minus, in fact 6 minus 2, that is going to be 4. This is going to be 325. 26 into 51, that should give you the answer over here as 1326. Yeah, it is 329, I guess, plus 4. So that becomes your probability of C union D. So whenever you come across the questions of probability, as I am telling you again and again, do not do the reduction in the very beginning. It becomes very helpful in this kind of calculations, because if you do the reduction in the beginning, then taking LCM will be more difficult. So leave it. It will not reduce any of your marks. Okay. So let us see the sum number 4. In the sum number 4, we are asked, a bag contains 50 tickets numbered from 1 to 50 One ticket is drawn at random. So you just have to select one ticket out of 50 tickets. That can be as usual done in 50C1 ways. So let us first write about our N of S. Then we will work out on the events A and B. We will say over here that any one ticket out of 50 can be selected in 50C1 ways. Therefore, N of S is equal to 50C1, which is equal to 50, as we had seen in our previous example. So that is about your N of S. Now let us consider the A part of the question, which is asking us the number on the ticket is a perfect square or it is divisible by 4. So whatever is before or is my event A, whatever is after or is my event B, as we always do. So I will consider A as the event on the, or the number on the ticket is a perfect square. Let A denote event that number on the ticket is a perfect square. So the possible outcomes in the event A will start with 1. 1. 1 square is 1, 2 square is 4, 3 square is 9, 4 square is 16, 25, 36 and 49. So we have to stop at 49 because we are having only 50 tickets. So I can see that N of A is equal to 7 and therefore P of A is NA upon NS, which in this case is 7 upon 50. What was event B over there? Event B was that the number is divisible by 4. So I require event B. B denotes the event that number on the ticket is divisible by 4. So the possible outcomes inside my event B will come out to be like this: 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32 and 36, then it will be 40, then it will be 44 and finally 48. So basically the event B over here has got 12 outcomes. So P of B comes out to be 12 by 50. Do not reduce, leave it as it is because anyways I want to use the original value. So let it be. I have to check if A and B are having any common outcomes or not. So let us go through it. Yes, I know that 4 is a perfect square as well as it is divisible by 4. 16 over there is a perfect square as well as it is divisible by 4. 36 is a perfect square and also divisible by 4. So in this case, there are 3 favorable outcomes for A intersection B. A intersection B is 4, 16 and 36. N of A intersection B is equal to 3. P of A intersection B is equal to 3 upon 50. So now the required probability is probability of A union B as usual, P of A plus P of B minus P of A intersection B, which goes like 7 by 50 plus 12 by 50 minus 3 by 50. So that will give me equal to 16 upon 50. Yes. And reducing it, it will come out to be equal to 8 upon 25. That is your required probability. Isn't that very simple, guys? So let's go and check out our B event. What is the question in the B part? The B part says that the number on the ticket is a prime number. So I consider this as my A part, or is considered as union. Greater than 30 is considered as the B part, as we did in that. So I want all of you to try this B part as a homework. I guess it's a very easy sum for everybody. So all of you should give it a try, and we will be discussing that in our next class. Okay.